Donald Trump's peace plan failed spectacularly, and today in Thailand, the American president was rudely dismissed. Thailand and Cambodia have declared war on each other again, just a month after Trump boasted on camera that he had achieved peace between these countries, which have been at war for several decades. But today, the Prime Minister of Thailand said that he doesn't remember any peace agreement that Trump keeps talking about. United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio is unsuccessfully urging the parties to make peace. As a result, Thailand carried out airstrikes along the disputed border with Cambodia after both sides accused each other of violating the ceasefire agreement. There are already reports of dead and wounded. And this once again shows that the peace deals brokered by Donald Trump actually aren't worth much. After all, just yesterday I told you that the Trump peace agreement is also falling apart in the Gaza Strip, but he just apparently doesn't want to see it. But in this episode, we will still talk with you about the new escalation between Thailand and Cambodia and how it correlates with Trump's peace proposals to Ukraine and Russia. My name is Alex Ipeci. Let's discuss this topic together, but before we start, I ask you to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and leave any comment under this episode. Also, subscribe to my Telegram channel, Peci News. The link to it is in the description of this video. There we publish breaking news as it comes in. So, recently in an interview with Politico, Trump shared his opinion on the global agenda. Speaking about negotiations to end the war between Russia and Ukraine, Trump noted that Russia is undoubtedly in a stronger position for negotiations. That was a quote. According to him, Europe approached the issue of the war between Russia and Ukraine incorrectly, and President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine has not yet read the peace plan proposed by the United States. And then Trump stated that Zelensky has to accept something and that Ukraine has lost a lot of territory during the war, adding that this is already a sign of defeat in the war, which just needs to be accepted. And Trump says directly that, well, Zelensky just needs to pull himself together, admit that his country has lost, that Russia is stronger. He tells me he respects the Ukrainian struggle, but ultimately believes strength prevails. That's how it is, and goes on. Trump noted that since taking office, he ended 8 wars and stated that the war between Russia and Ukraine could have been the easiest, but it is dragging on because of the hatred between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the bold Russian dictator Volodymyr Putin. But here there's a huge question: did Trump really end 8 wars? At least one of them has already resumed, and not today or yesterday, but much earlier. And that means Trump's deals are impractical. And today, United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that Thailand and Cambodia must urgently cease hostilities and return to the agreement that was reached between them with the mediation of the United States. Rubio stated that the United States is concerned about the fighting and casualties along the Cambodia-Thailand border. He emphasized that the United States demands both sides to cease fighting and return to the implementation of the peace agreement. Both sides must immediately cease military actions, protect the civilian population, and return to the tension reduction measures outlined in the Kuala Lumpur agreements. Here a logical question arises: how is it that Donald Trump keeps repeating that he ended this war when in reality it is still ongoing? First, I want to highlight something else. Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul of Thailand stated during a press briefing in Bangkok today that Cambodia must meet all of Thailand's demands, and only then will the fighting stop. He basically said he doesn't care about any bombs or those papers that Donald Trump calls a peace agreement. He says Cambodia must meet all our demands before any talks. At this point, it was clear that Trump's empty talk undermined respect for his words. No one respects or fears them anymore. The thing is, when the Prime Minister of Thailand was asked today, listen, what about the peace agreement that you and the leader of Cambodia signed in Malaysia together with President Donald Trump? The Prime Minister of Thailand responded, and the answer was actually unexpected. He answered very briefly, quote, listen, I don't even remember that anymore. Like, what peace agreement? And this is where we should pause. This is a very important point. The thing is, there actually wasn't any peace agreement at all. And I'll say it again, I always urge my viewers to pay close attention to definitions and terms, especially when it comes to diplomacy. Let me remind you that Donald Trump was in Malaysia on October 26, and there, together with the leaders of Thailand and Cambodia, he signed a certain document which he called a peace agreement. But let's carefully read the news from October 26 here. Quote, the Prime Ministers of Thailand and Cambodia, Anutin Charnvirakul and Hun Manet signed a declaration on the resolution of the border conflict between the countries at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit in Malaysia. This happened in the presence of United States President Donald Trump, who facilitated the peaceful settlement. The parties agreed to end military actions and establish good neighborly relations as outlined in the agreement. Thailand released 18 prisoners of war, and Cambodia will begin withdrawing heavy artillery from the border. Malaysian observers will monitor compliance with the ceasefire regime. This is how the news sounded on October 26, and it's a great example of how important clear wording and definitions are in diplomacy. On October 26, Trump gave Thailand and Cambodia a declaration. But what is a declaration? And if you just open any textbook on diplomacy, the definition is roughly like this. A declaration is an official, often solemn statement that proclaims the principles, position, or intentions of a state, not an obligation, not a guarantee, but an intention. So basically, Cambodia says yes, we'll withdraw, and Thailand says fine, we won't attack, but we don't guarantee it. We intend to act this way. Usually separated by commas, it states that if this is observed, then this, and this will happen. On December 8, Thailand launched airstrikes along its disputed border with Cambodia, after both sides accused each other of violating the ceasefire agreement brokered by Donald Trump. According to reports from the Thai military, new clashes occurred in two areas of the easternmost province of Ubon Ratchathani, resulting in at least one Thai soldier killed and 4 wounded. After the troops came under fire from Cambodia, a statement from the Thai forces said, quote, the Thai side began using aircraft to strike military targets in several areas. The Cambodian Ministry of Defense reported that Thai troops attacked its positions on Monday morning after several days of provocation in 2 areas. They added that Cambodian troops did not take any retaliatory actions and did not respond to the provocations. The Thai army stated that Cambodian soldiers fired rockets from BM-21 multiple launch rocket systems at civilian areas in Thailand. So does that mean no one withdrew anything? I should note that Thailand and Cambodia have been disputing sovereignty over undefined sections along their land border for more than a century. It stretches for more than 800 kilometers, and this border was first mapped in 1907 by France, when Cambodia was its colony. And despite attempts at peaceful resolution of the claims, tensions occasionally erupt into armed clashes. For example, in 2011 they exchanged artillery fire for an entire week, and then in July 2025 the war broke out again. During the 5-day exchange of rocket and artillery strikes between the two countries, at least 48 people were killed, and about 300,000 residents had to be temporarily evacuated. This time, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand stated that it demands an apology from Cambodia after accusations of laying new mines, one of which injured a Thai soldier in an explosion on November 10th. The next day, Thailand announced that it was suspending the expanded agreement that had been signed just 2 weeks earlier under Donald Trump. In Cambodia, it is claimed that on November 12, Thai troops opened fire near a disputed border village, resulting in 1 person being killed and 3 others injured. And if you were listening carefully, you would have noticed that Donald Trump's so-called peace agreement was violated a month ago. Nevertheless, this did not stop Trump from stating in an interview with Politico on December 9 that he had stopped the war between Thailand and Cambodia. And in general, he said he ended 8 wars. Friends, if you find this episode interesting, if you think my work is important, you can support our YouTube channel with your donation or by subscribing on platforms like Patreon, Buy Me Coffee, or by becoming a sponsor on YouTube. All the links and details are in the description of this video, where it says support the Alexi Pichi channel. Mio bejako poko twizici zimits. Pick any format that's convenient for you. I will be grateful for any support from you. That's all for now. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everyone.